Hey, what's going on, everyone? So in this video, I am going to attempt to pass information from an Infusionsoft Web Form to a new Infusionsoft landing page, and then from there to a legacy or older Infusionsoft landing page. And really, this is just an exercise in trying to get these pieces of technology to talk to one another. I don't know that you would actually need to do it in this order. But I had a question from my friend Lindy down on the Gold Coast of Australia. Shout out to Lindy, who had a scenario that sort of required starting on a web form embedded in a different page and passing to a landing page and then passing to another landing page. And it wasn't working the way we expected. And I think I know why, but I want to walk through this just in case anyone finds this video and needs this or a solution to this type of a problem. So first thing we're going to do is take the URL for this page. So this is the final landing page. So the final landing page, this will be the third page that they see. And we're going to set it as the thank you page for the second one. So the goal is to have them start here and go here and then end up here. And in my test, I'm not capturing any new information along the way. I'm just passing details through. But in like a real life scenario, you would want to collect like first name and email, and then collect, company name and job title, and then finally like, their biggest pain point or whatever the other things are. You would want to like collect different information along the way. And in order to have all of that info tied to a single contact record, you need to pass the email address all the way through. So anyway, let's, this is the landing page in the middle. So this is page 2. You can see there's no design, but I've just set up email and first name as being the fields. We can actually reorder those, first name and email. And then for the redirect here, we want to put in the URL for the landing page that we just copied, okay? And then we'll click next, and we can go live with this so that we're ready to test it. And then shoot, I need to copy that URL and set it as the thank you page for that first form. So let's go grab that. And effectively, we're going to chain these together. So we'll go from the web form to the landing page to the third final page, and the goal is to have all the info pass through. I don't think it's gonna do that for us on the first try, but I want to verify that, and then I think I know how to fix it, and we'll see if we can do that. So in order to test this in just a moment, I'm going to need this URL first. So let's publish this, and click publish here. And you can see, we got zeros across the board. So now we can open a new tab and load this form. So we'll do test 1 and test 1 at urlparameters.com. The reason I'm using that urlparameters.com is because I believe that we're going to have to adjust the settings for how the information is passed from one form to the next. So let's go ahead and click submit, and it should take us to the landing page, and it does. Oh, good. And it looks like test 1 and test 1 URL parameters did pre-populate here. So that's good. And then we can click next there. And okay, it did not pass through to the third page. So you can see over here on this third page, the email address did not pass through. Although this page also doesn't look updated. So let's just refresh here and see if those first two have updated here. Okay, so this part all worked, but this third page, something's not right here, because that should look like this, the final landing page. So let's double check that. That's the right URL. Okay, and let's republish this. And we will reload this page just to see if those changes populate. And it's not. That's interesting. So I wonder why that landing page isn't updating. That's not. Okay. So I didn't expect this to work, but that's not what I thought was going to happen. So given name, test name. Let's try this one more time. And we'll see. I'm not worried about that design so much, but that is a curveball for me. Here's what I thought we would need to do. And this may shine a little light on, me stumbling through this may make somebody's life easier if they get to a similar point. But I believe there's a section here. If you click on the form and then on an individual field over here, there's a section for URL param. So first name is what I believe we're supposed to use. And then obviously for email, we would use email. So once we set those, I think that we should see it append that information when going to this form. So let's do next here, and let's republish, and let's test this whole thing again. So actually, we should probably republish the campaign as well, just for safety's sake. I think that these landing pages publish independent, but I'm paranoid enough that I know I should just republish the whole campaign just to be safe. So we've got 1, 1, 1, 1, and that last landing page, something was up there. The information didn't pass through. So let's try this again. Let's see. So it's this one. That should be our starting form. This time we'll do test2 at urlparameters.com, and we'll click submit. Oh, I put 2 @ symbols in there. Must have been holding down the shift key. Okay, first name, test2, email, test2. That is the second page. That part is still working successfully. If we click next, it should take us to the final page. And this time, I'm not sure why the layout hasn't changed. That's tripping me up. But the email did pass through successfully, and we would click submit. Okay, so there's a disconnect here. It says I didn't enter a value for first name, but obviously first name is not a field on here. So it looks like there's a disconnect between what is being displayed and what is actually being collected here on this form. So let's see if we can't fix this by just scrapping that and re-attempting. So we'll do landing page take 2, and it should look the same, yeah. And then we can copy this URL, and we need to update the thank you page over here. So form redirect options, we'll just clear that out and then paste in the new one and republish this. And then let's republish the campaign. Well, that form needs to be set as ready. I swear I did this, but maybe I'm losing my mind. It's 5:30. It's the end of my day here. This is the last thing I'm doing, and maybe this is Infusionsoft's way of telling me it is margarita time. All right. We should have 2 people all the way through and still seeing 0 on the last one. Let's scrap that and do a third test here. So we will test 3 at urlparameters.com and submit. Okay, so the information passes through. Fingers crossed. Passes through to the third one, and the page looks the way it's supposed to look. And we'll click finish. Images with a storefront. That's a car. Storefront, 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 building, power lines maybe. Verify. Test completed. Okay, so we are all the way through. It did take me 3 attempts, but everything seems to have worked. I'm going to refresh. We should see 3, 3, 3, 3, 1. Let's do that. And 3, 3, 2, 2, 1. All right, that's curious, but you guys saw that it worked. So the next change I would make to this, let's go back into that. The next change I would make is actually making those fields hidden, because I kept them exposed just so that you could see that the information was passing through. But the goal is to have this happen without them having to re-enter or having the opportunity to change their info. So what I would do is, change first name. You actually don't need first name on here at all, but just change it to hidden and change email to hidden. And then you would add whatever other fields you wanted to collect. So it could be a radio option with, are you ... and we would add, right-handed, or add left-handed, right? So, and you could tag them based on those options. So you would add whatever additional information you want to collect on the second and third page, knowing that email is hidden. So that's the goal here, is to create a multi-step process that seamlessly passes their information from one to the next. That way, because the email is in the hidden field, it's all tying back to the same contact record, and you don't have to worry about creating duplicate records by accident. Now, for the landing page over here, you don't have the ability to toggle fields hidden the same way. You just have to remove them and then re-add them using a different field snippet. So we would just pop that in there and select email, and then click save there. And again, collect whatever questions you might have or whatever other information you want on here, company, job title, description, etc., to flesh it out. So that's it. I guess the key component that I was driving at is the ability to define the URL param, which is what the field is looking for as far as information in the URL coming to that page. But it is also important because that dictates how it passes information to the next form. So in this scenario, we went web form to landing page to a different type of landing page. And the key piece was the middle form speaking the same language as the forms on either side. So Lindy or anyone else who has suffered through this video, I hope you found it useful. And if you have any questions, feel free to hit me up. Later.